Welcome everyone to another episode of Bruvcast. I'm Raj.
I'm Mick.
What is going on, bruv?
All good, bro. Another week down, isn't it? First frost. It feels that way
frost.
anyway.
It is the first frost, man. Bruv, the radiators in my house need to be bled. That's when you know that we are officially in autumn.
Yeah, man. Boiler man's going to be running around left, right, centre.
Yeah, so we've got the in-laws visiting, and unfortunately last night the radiators were not doing their job. So this morning, bruv, I've got to get the screwdriver out, and go and make sure everything's bled up. It's so crazy, man. That should not be a problem. We should have a solution for that in this day and age. You could put a man on the moon, bruv, but you can't fix radiators that can just be consistent all year round.
Yeah, do you know what? You could have a new system or an old one, yeah? I'm telling you, anything. What I've learned lately is, inhibitors, sludge, and what else was it? And just like, do you know what? If you could just have something which bleeds all of them in one go, yeah? I'm sure there is that anyway, in some systems, to be fair. But yeah, I know what you mean, man. That should not be. It's such a man. It feels like such a manual thing, isn't it? Something that you grew up watching your dad do.
You're still doing. That's the only thing,
doing.
right? Yeah. That's actually, to be fair, my dad never bled the radiators, bro. He always called like some government guy around to do that. He didn't
Did
do
you
it
call
himself.
Nigel? Call Nigel.
No, Simon, innit? Simon.
Bro, and the thing is, it's that one device that you look for. You know what? That's the first thing. One of the first things when I moved into my own place was radiator key. Put it in one place and never touch it again, because it only needs to be touched once a year max. Yeah.
Yeah, that's it. But that's one of those things, isn't it? If you only use it once a year, it gets misplaced.
Misplaced, man. Misplaced. And it's never the person who used it's last's fault, basically.
No, never. So yeah, just want to give an update, bro. Basically, we have followers of Bruvcast in 18 countries now. We've hit the 18 country mark. Global. I mean, I don't know whether that's just like a handful of people that are traveling to 18 countries, or whether it's actually people in those 18 countries. So
I bet you it's one person on backing trip, yeah, across those 18 countries.
Thanks for your support, whoever you are. But yeah, man, we're getting some good listens. Listeners are growing. We're getting feedback. Thank you all so much for sharing and sharing it to friends and family as well. I think that's one of the main ways that we, get discovered outside of all the social media and the stuff that we do. So yeah, thanks for doing that. So bruv, it's that time of year, man.
What time of year is it?
Hello, garba ramwa, hello.
I knew that was coming, bro. It's your favourite time of year, isn't it?
I used to love it. Yeah. I used to, bro, but I don't know. Like, it's been harder and harder to go as I've got older, and my crew, my squad that I go with,
disintegrated.
It's disintegrated, and it's become more challenging. But as a kid, bro, I used to love it. We used to mission it, man. We used to mission it to North London.
You had more appearances at Garba than Steven Gerrard had England caps, man.
Bruv, I got caps, and because I played for so many clubs, I went to the Sultan Garba, the Luana Garba, my own Garba, Patel Garba, all of them. I didn't discriminate, bruv. I played Dandia everywhere, bruv.
I remember when we first moved into uni and we moved into our flat, but that week you did not miss Garba. You didn't care that it was Freshers Week either, bro. I think you did double whammy. It's like doing. One evening was like going out Freshers Week. One evening was going out Garba. Just never missed it. Do you remember?
Yeah, man. I did. I think because it was on the way to our flat, so I would go, and then my dad would drop me back. I used to love it, man. But it was our community one was quite far for us. So when we were younger, we would still go religiously. But then I think as we got older, we started to go to the ones that were more local. Like I go to Sitwell's Garba quite a bit as well. But now I think it's like becoming a resurgence. Like there's so many like local Garbas that are happening, and there's like loads of different singers that are coming to it. So yeah, man, it's good. I'm hoping to take the little one to at least one Garba, at least like do an arti. So we'll see what happens. For the listeners who don't know what we're talking about, Garba and Dandia are basically, how would you describe it, bro? It's like a folk dance, isn't it? Is it a folk dance?
Yeah, I guess it could be could be like religious folk dance. Yeah, you're right. Yeah.
You basically go in circles and with sticks, and you're trying. I should have done a deep dive and like figured out what the significance of dandiya is. I mean, it looks like you're signifying someone like a battle, I guess. No.
Yeah, true. It is. And you can tell by my detailed answers that I know exactly what I'm talking about, bro. Yeah, I'm the last person.
Did you ever go? You never came with us, right?
I never came here with you guys, but I used to go with my mum. But I never used to do it. I used to just run around. I was more interested in the food, innit?
I'll tell you a story of a Garba story, right? So we went to our Garba. As I said, it was north of the river, and one time and then basically this is how it would happen. You'd go Garba and do your thing, and then on the drive back, everyone will be talking about who they met or what happened, like basically a family. You know how you have after a wedding, innit? And alo kane joya, ole navi girlfriend ne ana sate olu ne, all that the chit chat that happens after a thing, right? Probably not girlfriend, or probably like, oh yeah, this person's engaged with that person. Anyway, so basically, Chani said to mom that one of her friends found a note in her shoe. Okay.
Right.
And the note said that I really like you. I've come to your garba, obviously, because the note's been put in her shoe. Yeah. So they said, I'm at the garba. I really like you, and I want to know if you like me too. And it said, so that you know who I am, when we do dandiya, I will drop my dandiya 3 times. And that's how you'll know who it is, right?
Yeah.
And that was it. And then, so then basically, they did not figure out who this guy was, because he must have bottled it, right? At some point, like he must have maybe he dropped his dandiya twice, or he didn't drop them at all. Whatever happened, right? But this guy was a regular. He used to come to the garba, like you have one of those prominent families that's always there up in the joint, yeah. So he was a regular, and from that day forward, my mom refers to him as the Tran Dandiya Varo.
But so what? Did he actually drop? Was he meant to drop it 3 times? But is there any time to drop your dandiya 3 times if you're playing?
So that's the thing. How can you drop it 3 times unless you're in the same circle, right?
And you do it 3 times, one time,
and you do it one
go.
time each time. But then, sometimes they get messed up, right? The circles break, or like our one was consistent. We had one big circle, but you know how it happens, right? Sometimes the circle gets bigger or smaller. Or what if she decided to chip and go into the other circle? Bro, that guy did not think this through, because there's too many variables. So maybe he did drop his dandiya 3 times, but it was for the wrong person.
Imagine if the wrong person actually... What if the wrong person, as in the person who had nothing to do, dropped the dandiya 3 times?
Yeah, what if it was like someone guessed? Yeah, no. Or if it was like, because they would also bring, like, someone would bring someone who's non-Gujarati to to Garba. They wouldn't know what they're doing half the time, right? So it could be that, and they were like, oh yeah, maybe this is a foreigner that's come to do it. Was my little Garba anecdote. So yeah, man, don't try the Tran Dandiya technique, because it doesn't work too well.
Just throw your dandiya once and make sure, or snap your dandiya in half when you get to just.
Listen, I'll just tap your shoulder with my dandiya. Anyway.
Oh man.
But yeah, Garba season is here, so for those of you who are enjoying it, go and have some fun.
Do you know, I used to think it was on for longer. When I was a kid, it used to go on, a week is long, isn't it, when you're a kid, right? But I feel now, obviously, because you're so busy, etc., a week. It's a week, right? It's 1 week of...
9 days, right? Yeah.
9 days, yeah. It just feels like it's, it goes by pretty quickly.
Yeah, it is. They have the Sharad Punam, which is full moon, so they have that as an extra one. But technically, there's 2 Navratris a year. There's one like in the springtime, but that one's not really one that you like. The main one that all of the ceremonies and everything happens is in normally this time of year. But
Yeah,
yeah,
it's definitely something that we want to get the girls into actually, because I think they do enjoy it. To be fair, when Nish takes them, but I think
yeah,
it's just hard to get them there. You know, it's like that's another thing, isn't it? Like kids enjoy it, and our parents probably didn't have as much restriction in it. Like they was like, just take them in it, and then we finish.
Yeah.
It finishes late. It finishes late. I think these days it's like one parents will probably take their kids 1 or 2 days, because of school, etc. But I think it's definitely good for them to, because it's harder to learn about culture, and we spoke about this last time, right? In the sense that once this dies down, as if it ever dies down. But the thing is, I don't think Garba will ever die down. To be
No, I
fair,
don't
simply
think so,
because
man.
a lot of youngsters are into it, genuinely, like really, really look forward to it, and there's a lot of people endorsing it as well. And obviously the music's getting a bit more westernized as well, isn't it? To a certain extent, there's more beats, and obviously you got your traditional, but there's more, like, I've seen certain things on social media where it just seems like it is getting a bit more, I don't know, it's like it's taking a 2.0 kind of thing.
Yeah. It's having a resurgence.
Which is good. It is.
It's good.
So it's a positive as well for kids as well who want to learn in it and get into it.
I've got a question for you, bruv.
Go on.
Okay. Do you feel pressure to show, or have you felt pressure historically, and do you continue to feel pressure to your in-laws that you got it under control and you're handling business, bruv? Yeah.
Yeah.
Like even the most smallest trivial of things. Yeah. You're like, nah, man, I got this, man. I'm a professional with this. Do you feel that, bruv?
Not now.
Well, because you're established, isn't it? You're a made man.
I mean, there should be a statue of me outside their house, bro. Yeah, I think that's where I'm at.
A statue. If you had a statue outside the house, what would your statue be doing?
It'd just be being a statue, isn't it?
Just
It'd be
as in, like,
prominent.
what would be the pose? What would be the pose? Yeah, what would be the pose?
It'll be me. I don't know if it should be if it should be me in my actual. Like a statue is always very dominant, and it's very like it's like it's a pose which is very empowering.
Yeah.
But in true reality, probably what it should be is me with my hunchback, with carrying some dishes or washing some dishes or something like that, or cleaning with a Hoover in my hand, cleaning something, or I don't know, man. Yeah, that would be the real epitome of what the statue should be. But in my head, obviously, the statue should be like Alexander the Great.
Like yeah. On a horse.
Yeah.
On a Goro, bro. Like you came at your wedding.
But the only way there's going to be a horse on my statue is if I'm the horse and someone's riding me, bro. Yeah. But yeah,
Can you
man,
imagine though, if you went to
go
someone's
on.
house, though? Can you imagine if you went to someone's house and they had a statue of their son-in-law in the...
Bro,
like
that
there's
guy-
a fountain.
Oh, a little fountain, and he's like, water's coming out his mouth. Water's coming out his mouth, and he's... Bro, that is levels, man. That guy's got it on lock, yeah? Well, you know what the thing is? I think, yeah, man. Initially, yes, 100%. I felt like the need to... Also, because it's not until you go into a different family environment that you realise the flaws, yeah? Or the economy
Yeah.
was very low in yours, yeah? And that's harsh to say. Like, that's basically saying, like, for example, my dad, is more of a... Let's get Nigel to come and fix our stuff. Prakash to come and fix our stuff, yeah? Whereas when I went into my, when I went to visit like my in-laws, my father-in-law was always doing something himself, like whatever it was, yeah. He had all the tools and he had all the know-how to do every kind of bit of DIY. There's no such thing as calling someone else to do it, yeah, unless it was like fitting a full-size kitchen. Like if it was just a job to put a partition up or fix some electrical lights or install something, install a light, etc. That was him all day, yeah. And I remember one of the first questions he asked me, because one day, when you go, when you're like dating, you're basically, when you go around to future in-laws house, yeah, you're like you're trying to impress the in-laws, innit? You're trying to let them know, innit? Put the marker down, innit? And I remember when I used to go there, the first thing I used to probably do, rather than hang around obviously with my missus, I would actually go and like get attracted to what my father was doing,
Yeah.
And I'm there, bro, and he's probably fixing. I remember one time he was fixing something in the garden, and he was like fixing some electrical wires that he had on his outdoor lights or whatever. And then I just automatically became that guy who was handing him the bloody wrench or handing him the screwdriver. And yeah, standard, yeah. And I was like, damn, that's what I've. And then he was asking me like, have you, do you do much electrical work? And I was like, damn. I was like, what do I say here? Yeah, is this a trick question? Do you do this at home? I was like, yeah, I put in and this is not even true, bro. I tried to set a lie, yeah. I was like, yeah, I've wired a light switch in my time, yeah. And he was like, how did you learn? I was like, through DT, designing technology at school, innit? But not in my dad, because there's no way that was going to carry, bro, yeah? Because the moment he met my dad, he's like, this guy's not a DIY. Let me look at his hands. This guy's never picked up a pencil, bro.
Soft hands.
Yeah. So, and then I think, to be fair, I think when we got married, after we got married and we moved in, I think I was definitely under pressure to impress him and let him know I've got everything under control. And it wasn't until we bought our house, because he'd still come over. I'd do painting and etc. He'll come and help him paint, and he wired our lights. I think the day I got the seal of approval wasn't until we moved into our house, when he was doing up his house and he came to pick up Nish to take her to a tile shop to get her opinion on some tiles, and I was cutting the hedges, and he said he was admiring how I cut my hedges. He goes, "Oh, these look really good." I was like, okay, yeah, because my neighbor taught me, let me borrow his hedge clipper, and he taught me how to trim hedges the week before. So I was cutting these hedges, and he goes, "Oh, Mikil, I didn't know you knew how to do all this." I was like, yeah, and then that got to my head, innit? I was like, okay, and do you know what? That's rubbed off of me a bit, like, because in my household there was none of that kind of thing where you just do your own DIY. In a lot of other households where the son and father kind of do like a lot of their DIY, and I think that's rubbed off on my missus. So a lot of the stuff that we do, we try to tackle it ourselves first, and then if we've got the time, obviously, right? That's what we've not got these days. But yeah, man. But yeah, going back to your question, 100% for the pressure, bro. Why?
Yeah, so I felt the pressure because obviously, Gagan's parents are visiting, right? And it's so nice to have them around and kind of like get them to spend time with their granddaughter and stuff. This week we went to we're going out somewhere, and I was like, bruv, you know what? Yeah, what I'm realizing now, which you probably are like, yeah, bruv, this is standard for me. It's not like, oh yeah, we'll just leave at this time. No, bruv. You don't leave at the time that you want to leave at. And also, I'm still adjusting to this whole idea of, oh yeah, I'm just going to head out, pop out, nip out, jump out. Nah, you can't do any of that. You've got to walk out and you've got to plan everything. So basically, we were going, I can't even remember where we were going, but we were going somewhere in the car. And the pushchair was outside, right? In the hallway. So I was like quickly putting that thing together, like collapsing it. Now, I have had this pushchair for 3 months? Okay? I'm pretty sure every time I do it is different, bro. Yeah, I have not got the hang of this. I am not one of these people. You know when you go and see the pushchair in the showroom, mamas and papas are like, oh, it's so simple. All you need to do is lift this handle up and it collapses perfectly. Yeah, and then I thought double guy fine, brother. This is nice, yeah, brother. And you're just standing like, and then obviously when they're showing you in the showroom, you have to look so impressed. Oh wow, oh that's really nice. Oh that's nice, babe. Look at that, right? It's never that easy, bro. Because these men do this all day long, right? They must have done that at least 1,000 times. I've probably done it maybe 50 times so far. Every single one of those 50 times is different, okay? So in this rush, I'm frantically trying to get out right now, right? Because obviously I've didn't listen to what Gagan said and prepare everything in advance. So I'm literally rushing to get out the door. And I was trying to, and the damn thing would not fold. So there's a clasp, right, that you push down. And I'm doing this, and I'm just making a right, like, pig's ear of it. And my father-in-law is just watching me, bruv. And I just think to myself, he must think this stupid guy, yeah, he can't even know who is she married. Yeah, man. And then basically, first I started like collapsing it. He was just like wandering around as it like he's just minding his own business. But obviously, he saw I was doing something. So he was just watching me do it, right? And then I felt pressure. I felt like I was being observed while I was doing this. I felt like my izzat was on the line, right? Yeah. So, bro, do you know what I did? I turned so that I had my back. So I had my back to him. So while I was folding it, because I was like, he's gonna think, why is it? Surely you should know how to do this by now. You must have done this enough times, right? And the clasp wouldn't close. And then I was like, fuck it, man. It's going to go in the boot anyway. As long as it fits in the boot, it's cash, yeah? And then I just quickly grabbed it into the boot. And as I was pushing into the boot, I realized there was a piece of naan in the bottom of the push chair, which Gagan bought some naan from the day before. And actually, related to that naan is from our old jewelry shop. There's now a naan shop. So they sell like all random types of naan. So we bought naan from that shop, but somehow left it in the push chair. And that was the reason why it wasn't folding.
Wouldn't close.
That was the reason why it wouldn't close.
Do you feel like this would only ever happen when someone is observing you?
Always. If I was by myself, there's all the times where it's been smooth and it's been exactly how it was in Mamas and Papas. There's no audience. But the one time, that I'm struggling with it, everyone's there. And
also, at that point, I'm sure he didn't do this, but there are people who would be like, oh, this push is not good, is it?
Yeah.
My mother-in-law, would be like that. She'd be like, oh, this is not good, is it? I was like, yeah, it's not like that normally, Mum. It's just because you're watching me and I'm making a total fool of myself. But you know what? Going back to that, as in the pushchair thing, it's true. When you go to these little, John Lewis or wherever you go, to like have a look at these pushchairs and they give you a little tour of everything, right? When they do it, it's like they just so effortless. They use their pinky finger. Oh, you press this button, boom, and it just disappears, and it becomes this little thing, bro. When you're in a car park and you've got 10 million, but they don't tell you, oh, it is a bit different here because obviously, you're not in a car park. Kid. There's no screaming kid. There's no cars going past you. Yeah, you understand what I mean? The environment is completely different. It's calm. And this person is just in the middle of this massive space showing you. What it is, and it's that's pretty handy. But man, I think I get under pressure when I'm being observed. Even if that person's not even watching me, I am putting that pressure on myself because even like handwriting, I hate writing cards because obviously my handwriting's shit, So like I'm writing and then someone, I would be like, I'm not going to write the card. Here, Nish, where are you? Nish. I was like,
What, if someone's watching you?
Yeah, bro. I don't like people watching when I'm writing. That's just, that's one of my gremlins, man. It is what it is, it is what it is.
Your handwriting's not that bad.
It is bad, bro. You know what? It is bad.
No, mine is worse than yours. Mine is like a 4-year-old's handwriting, bro.
So, but I think mine's deteriorating going past that, bro. The worst thing is, when your kid is on the trajectory to having better handwriting than you, and you've been doing it for way longer than she has,
She's gonna lap you.
Exactly, literally gonna lap me. But man, I think that is pressure from trying to get that approval to say, oh, you know what? Do you know what? I think it's all in our heads as well sometimes because. I mean, why is there the pressure? It's too late now, isn't it? Like the ring is on the finger.
It's true. There's a kid. Bro. The kid's
There's
arrived.
A mark to signify. Yeah, exactly. Right. So I know, man. I think I see it from your perspective, I guess, because that is different in every case. Because obviously, I don't know what it's like having in-laws overseas, isn't it? So every time you see them, it's like seeing them not like for the first time again, but it's like. Rebuilding that bond in person. The bond's always there, but whereas I did feel that pressure 100% when it's his dad, and even now, though, I think as time's gone on, that pressure decreases as you get more confident in doing, what you need to do in it at the end of the day, right? I don't know. I think as a couple, in it, so that way. And you learn from others, innit, who are a bit more experienced than you as well in anything you do. So I think as time goes on, also you have to realise that parents become more reliant, right, as time goes on. So
Yeah.
as they become more reliant, you just naturally grow in stature in your household in terms of it, getting on with stuff, and so you automatically get that respect. I think the respect just builds as time goes on, isn't it? It's not about. I don't think it's completely signified by folding Christians, isn't it? But I would 100%.
But you're sweating, bro. When it's happening,
would.
you're sweating.
I would be sweating, bro.
You know what you were saying about being observed while you're doing something just makes you feel unnecessary pressure, even though it's something that you do all the time. You know what it is for me? If I'm on a work call where I am presenting my screen and I'm taking notes or something, or someone is watching me type, I fucking hate it. That to me is my gremlin. Like for you, it's handwriting, but for me, if someone is watching me type, I make all the typos, all the mistakes, all the errors.
Oh, because you're sharing your screen and typing, right?
If I'm sharing my screen and typing, or if someone's watching me and I'm presenting something and I am typing on the screen with eyeballs on me, I hate it.
Yeah, that's pretty daunting actually, because you're someone, especially. I don't think you should be worried about that. I think someone like me should be worried about that, bro.
Why?
I don't know why, bro. Because typos, man, I'm telling you, it'll be like, oh, it's good, bad. Even it's the same as someone standing over your shoulder while you're doing your job. You're doing your daily job. You do it every day, yeah? You're clicking in the same places, yeah? And it's like, or, when someone gives you, you're sharing your screen and you don't know where certain settings are and someone's guiding you. And I'm like, it becomes even more magnified. Like, I went through it the other day with you a few weeks ago when you had Mick, click on your incognito window. I was like, fuck, where is incognito? Bro, I'm not gonna lie, bro. I was under pressure, yeah. I was like, does this motherfucker not know where the fucking incognito? I use obviously Edge in it sometimes. Sometimes I use Google Chrome. It's just mad. So I get what you mean. I think that's also but why is it? Well, let me ask you, why do you feel that pressure when you're typing? Because probably you're a seasoned professional when it comes to typing. It's just that you're just sharing your screen.
I don't know why it is. I feel like it's probably your you're basically on stage, isn't it? You're on a stage, but there's just, I don't mind being on stages. I don't have like stage fright, like in the massive, like it doesn't freak me out or anything, right? But there's something weird about certain things that you have to do where it's the most mundane things that it feels you're being observed about, and you're like, nah, I could do better than this. I don't know what the answer is, man. But I think it's got something to do with that.
I personally think I don't know if it's something from childhood or not personally, but I think for me it's like, back in the day when you couldn't, let's just say you go to your cousin's house over the summer. The last thing you're going to do when you go to your cousin's house is not lasting, but it's very rare that you're going to do work, any kind of work, because you're going to play. You're there to play, you're to chill, you're to enjoy your summer, etc. But the moment the books and stuff come out, and your cousins maybe, let's just say that your cousins are younger than you, and they're more advanced, bro, and then you don't know your fucking times tables, and that person calls it out, because look, I'm telling you, it doesn't matter if it's your foy, your aunt, or whatever, they're going to call it out, yeah, they're going to call it, and then they're going to tell your parents as well, innit, that look, you need to give him a bit more, and that's where it hurts.
7 times
it hurts them, and it hurts yourself, innit, So then now it's like I'm like, I think that's where it comes from. A similar scenario like that, something like that, basically.
Something like that's happened.
Has happened down the line where you're the, I don't know, or anything, something similar to that's happened. I think it's hard, man, because these days as well, I think men observing men is one thing, right? Think about how a woman feels, So when a woman gets married, and it's the first time you're asked to make rutli, or you're not even married yet, and you're going to your, your future husband's house or whatever, and you're asked to make rutli, or you're asked to make a traditional Indian thing that is just normal for girls your age to know, in those days, in those days, I don't know now, I don't expect that, but as in, like, what is it, innit? Like making rutlis or something. It's just like I've even asked Nish. I was like, when my mum's in the past asked you to do something, there's some people, so they just get on with it. They're so confident and they just roll out that look, whatever it is. It could be the simplest thing, but it's done in every Indian household, yeah, or every. I was like, how do you? I would be under pressure. I even said that to her. I was like, if someone asked me to do that, yeah, I'd be under mad pressure. I don't know why.
Yeah, because you're not like handing screwdrivers, bro. You're actually trying to round, bro, innit?
You're doing it, and you don't have
making it happen.
You don't know where the stuff is. Yeah.
Yeah.
You're not in your own environment. You're not around the people you're normally around when you're doing that. Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's true. You get one chance to make an impression. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
You do, innit? At the end of the day, yeah. First impressions matter, innit? At the end of the day, yeah. And I think that's wrong in the sense when it's that, because people don't take into account the pressure, and also they don't take into accountability. Like I think we're just, as in our culture, you're quick to write someone off. Very quick. You've got.
It's true, man.
Very quick to write someone. They don't know how to do it, but actually they do. But there's certain scenarios, that's not the person who's doing it's fault. Yeah, that's the person who's not taking into account. They forget where they were. Our parents sometimes forget how they've learned how to do things and the mistakes they've made along the way. They just go on like they've known since day one. They won't tell you. Whereas we're a bit, I don't know, I just feel like our generation's a bit more forgiving in the sense that, it's okay. Like, we were there once, and you make someone you build up their confidence, you make them feel a bit more confident. I don't know, man. But yeah, bro, that pressure of anyone watching me do anything, yeah, unless it's not my bread and butter, bro, money nati. Yeah. But yeah, man. Yeah, it's just. I find that. Let me ask you a question. Yeah, this might be going a bit off topic as well.
Go on, bro.
Do you believe in all the Indian superstitious stuff that you've probably been told in your life? Yeah. Prime example. Yeah.
Go on.
Shaking your leg increases your parents' debt. Have you heard that one?
No, but we had a comment on that. Someone sent a message saying to us that you guys need to talk about random superstitions.
Yeah.
I've never heard that one before.
Yeah, I've heard it a lot. Yeah, and I think I've heard it a lot because obviously I'm fidgety when there's nothing to do.
I'm the same. Yeah.
Would you risk doing it even if you don't believe in it completely? Yeah. And how is it that this only affects Indian culture? If my neighbour Ray was bloody shaking his leg, yeah, he's doing pretty well for himself, man.
No, Amara Makali, bro.
It's the opposite in their in his culture. If he shakes his leg, bro, yeah, he's getting money all the riches.
If he stands still, he's not making any money.
So yeah, man, there's that one. Never heard that one, yeah?
I haven't heard that one, no. I've heard like you can't shave on Saturdays.
What's the reason? What's the reasoning?
Do you know what the reasoning is, bro? Yeah, I asked Dad once. I said, "What's the reasoning?" He goes, "Hanuman divas." I was like, "Okay. Do you have more to tell me about it?" He goes, "No, Hanuman divas." Bro, but that thing is that they never questioned it. The other one was you can't wash your hair on Wednesdays, right? I think women can't wash their hair on Wednesdays, or women can't wash their hairs the entire time that they are pregnant, bruv.
Yeah.
What is that?
I never heard that one.
Yeah, that one's a thing.
That's the thing. Yeah, I remember you telling me that one. Yeah, that's a strange one, man.
Do you know why I think it is? Because back in the day, in the Gam, the only place that you could go and wash your hair is like, by the banks of the river. So obviously if you're preggers, you don't want to be going down to the banks of the river because you might slip. Mm-hmm. But all of a sudden that's fused into like, no, we can't do that. Don't wash your hair. Dry shampoo only. Does dry shampoo count though?
Yeah, I mean, dry shampoo wasn't even around then, innit?
No, but as in nowadays, isn't it? So for some families that follow it, because I think some families still follow that, man.
Yeah. I think. Yeah, I mean, dry shampoo is just a loophole, isn't it? It's a loophole. Got to be done, man, innit? It's self-care, isn't it?
Self-care, bruv.
I heard that you can't go beswa someone's house when there's been a death of family on a Wednesday. Is that right? You heard that one? No. Or it's a certain day. I might have got the day wrong, but I know I think it's a Wednesday. You can't go on a Wednesday. It's just, I don't know, man. I don't. What if that's the only day you could go?
And you don't go, bro. You Zoom.
Yeah. Do you get turned away at a door? Because let me ask you a question. Are you telling me you get turned away at the door because it's Wednesday?
I
It's
didn't
like-
know that. They don't open the door. They won't open the door.
Like, imagine this. Imagine going to a shop and be like, nice, when, like you go to get a haircut on a Wednesday, yeah?
No, on a Saturday. They'll be like, no, we're not trimming beards on Saturdays.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. You go to trim your beard and say, nah. No. I was like, why?
No. It won't be that. It won't be that. Yeah. You'd go in and then they were like, oh, no, sorry, we can't trim your beard. I was like, but hold on. You're trimming Ray's beard. No, but it's Ray though, isn't it? It doesn't apply. Ray can get his beard trimmed, bro.
Ray's all trim, yeah? And you're looking like...
Ray's just sitting in the barber chair with his legs shaking like crazy, getting his beard trimmed.
And money's falling from the sky, bro. It's deep, man. Well, good for someone. Good for Ray. Yeah, I don't understand the... And there's no like real explanation behind these superstitions.
No. Do you know what? There's the Gagan taught me one that they have in their family. If you sneeze as you're about to leave, you have to wait another 10 or 20 minutes.
Before you leave?
Before you leave. Have you heard that one?
No, I never heard that one.
Yeah.
Never heard that one. What about the one where, as someone's leaving and you say, Kain Jiao, you have to eat and go. And
oh yeah,
like,
have we don't count for it?
Yeah. But they're like, but you can if someone's running late, they have no time to eat. It's okay, you can have some water, pani pile, and then you go in it. Bro, how does that cancel it out? What's that do? Does it cancel out the bad omen that you're about to, receive if you walk out that door without eating? Huh?
No,
and also
just put something in your mouth. Put something in your mouth. That's what they say.
Let me ask a question, yeah, exactly. And let me ask a question. Why would, if you're in your own house, yeah, and everyone knows that you're about to leave to go out, and you're going out at 9 o'clock because you need to be there at 9:30, and you're leaving at 9, yeah? Why would someone say that to you? It's like, do you understand what I mean? It's likely that your mum or your dad or someone might say, or your wife might say, oh, why don't you eat and go, innit? But even
then it's done. It's done now.
I don't know,
it's
man.
done.
Oh,
that's
man.
crazy. There's also, you can't cut your nails at night time. Have you heard that one?
Yeah, I've heard that one. Yeah.
Why?
I don't know. I've never heard the explanation by that one. If anyone knows, yeah, because we seem to have these in our locker, but we just don't know what they're for.
Are you going to pass this down to your kids? They're not allowed to cut their nails.
Do you know what?
Oh, but you know what? Actually, you know what? You taught me one, which I still do now.
Yeah.
This is a superstition. This is, do not put on your football jersey in the middle of a football match.
Oh yeah, you don't do that, man. Yeah, that's real, bro. That's real.
That's real. No, that's true, bro. Yeah,
that
I don't
applies
do
to
that.
everyone. That's not just the Indian culture. Yeah, that's just for any.
That's
any
universal.
Fan. Yeah, always put it on before, man.
Yeah, never put it on mid-game, bro. Never.
This is bad. That is a real superstition, man. But then there's the one where I'm already passing these down to my daughters inadvertently, because it's the one where, when you've got your legs out and someone goes over you, walks over your legs.
Oh yeah,
you make them walk back over. Yeah,
especially
but especially if someone's short. Yeah, bro, you better be going back over. So there's that one.
Oh, there. You know what? This one still like bugs me. I think this is superstition slash like a pet peeve.
Yeah, go on.
If your shoes or slippers are upside down,
yes,
that's bad luck.
You got to put it back upright. Yeah?
You got to put it back upright.
Yeah. That's I've heard that one. My missus believes in that one.
Yeah.
Put that shoe right. And then
don't let your feet touch books. Is another one.
Or heads. Don't put your head. Don't. Like
what? Your head to your feet or head to your book.
As in, don't let your feet touch your book. I think that's disrespectful as it is, isn't it?
But head to your feet is like buggy lugging, though.
As in, no. Someone else's head, like, someone's lying down, and then you're walking, and your foot is right next to their head, pretty much, yeah? Okay. I don't know, man. There's that one. I think the feet to book, yeah, is just it's like common practice, man. It's knowledge,
yeah,
innit?
Come on,
like,
man. Don't touch your...
Yeah.
Vidya, innit? That's what they say. Hito vidya che.
Yeah, exactly. Oh, my missus told me one the other day. Yeah? You know which one it was? So we've got all these shoes. I said we were going out yesterday and we couldn't find one of the little one's shoes, right? And had one of the trainers, and we found it after. And I was like, why have we got all these bags of shoes here still? I was like, just get rid of them. Like, I was like, if give them to a charity shop, and she's like, no, you can't give away worn shoes. Yeah, it's
What?
It's bad. Yeah, if you do.
I've
that.
not heard that one.
Yeah. And do you know what? And then I was like, is it? I was like, okay. I remember she said it to me before, but I was like, why you can't give worn shoes away? She'd rather just throw them away, basically. But yeah, man, there's that one, bro. That I've been brought in on.
Yeah, I know that you shouldn't wear somebody else's shoes.
You shouldn't wear someone else's shoes, yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah. Why is that?
Because of that saying, innit? Don't walk a mile in someone else's shoes. I don't know, bruv. I don't know the answer to any of these.
I just like to hear the explanation, isn't it? Do you know what? Do you think what's happened here is somewhere down the line, you know how we were saying knowledge gets passed on, the true story just gets shorter and shorter and shorter,
Yeah.
and because the person who's passed that and who can't remember, or someone couldn't be bothered to explain the long-term kind of explanation.
I think so, bro. I think people just haven't. I think it's been lost in translation, or it's been lost in generation.
So
that's what's happened.
We are now suffering from this.
We are. There's so many, man. There's so many, bruv. Like, I think you go crazy if you're believing all of them, man.
Yeah. Do you know what? Actually, saying this, yeah.
Is it all kicking off over there?
Well, it's my own fault. Sorry, those are my kids in the background. It's like World War III, mate. What I was going to say is, I remember once, yeah, we had a death in the family, right? And we had a oven. You do a oven after there's a oven, isn't it? But at the same time, you can. Apparently, this is. I didn't know this, yeah, but you can. You have to have 13 days. Is it 13 days? I think it's 13 days, isn't it? In it before you start going back to normal life, etc. Right? And you have your oven. You can expedite that. Yeah.
Can you?
So you can't. As in, you can have the 13 days, yeah, which is fine. But you can. The oven normally is done after the 13 days or on the 13th day.
You can bring it forward.
You can bring that forward, that oven, yeah, and that means then you're done because that's the culmination of the 13th.
It's the last rites, right? Yeah.
So I remember when there was a wedding in the family. There's a wedding as well close by as well, family friend or whatever. And I remember we had the oven, right? And then that means everything was culminated because that's how you omens, etc. Blah blah blah. That's all sorted, yeah. But obviously, when you turn up to the prasang, yeah, to the wedding thing, yeah, it's like they're like counting on their hands,
counting, doing the maths,
and the maths don't make sense because obviously they don't know that the expedited clause has been exercised. Yeah.
You get a stamp from the Maharaj, bro.
Yeah. There's no certificate. There's no receipt. There's nothing to say that this is authorized.
Cash. It's cash. It's authorized.
Exactly.
The gods have approved.
The gods have approved. Yeah, and it's just funny to see people squirm because they think, you know what I mean, isn't it? So.
Alogato hali nikrach.
Exactly. But yeah, man.
That's crazy. Well, yeah, no, please share your superstitions if you have any other ones outside the ones that we mentioned. Or if you have new ones, or if you have answers to the ones that we have, let us know because we definitely don't have the answers. I think we're done for today, man.
Yeah, man.
Thanks, everyone, for listening. Please do give us 5 stars. That's what we're asking for now. Just press follow on whether you're listening on Apple, whether you're listening on Spotify or anywhere else. Please follow. It lets us know that people are listening. Give us 5 stars, help us grow, and help us get better. And catch you next time. I'll just do a quick shout out because this is probably going to go out by the time it's his
before you
birthday.
do a shout outs, I just want to say, like, obviously Raj is not giving you the true explanation of the 5 stars. The meaning of the 5 stars is you'll get life. If you don't give the 5 stars or give the 5 stars at the end of this episode, then there'll be a lifetime of bad omens following you. So please think about that.
Nah, bro, man. It's all love. It's all love.
Actually, no. Let's forget that. Forget the bad omens bit. It's gonna be a lifetime of riches and wealth.
Yeah. That's it. That's what you'll get if you do it.
Yeah.
You get nothing if you don't do it, but you get that if you do it.
Just like our friend Ray.
Just like our friend Ray. Yeah. Be like Ray.
Man. But thank you everyone. Just wanted to give a shout, say thank you to everyone that's listening and helping us grow our following. So we really appreciate it in all seriousness. But Raj, yeah, man, go for it, man. Go do your shout outs, man.
It's just a quick shout out. Shout out to Hiren, because by the time this goes out, it'll be your birthday. So happy birthday, Hiren, bruv.
Happy birthday, man. Bro, we should have done a Ravi.
A tribute episode to Hiren, innit?
Tribute episode, man. Go on, fit photos out. Happy birthday, B.
Happy birthday, man. All right. We'll see you all next week. Bye.
Peace.